This matter cannot be resolved legally, and if we continue with the legal wrangling, that it will continue to cause the insecurities, because the legitimate demands have been hijacked by criminals, undesirables, and all manners of elements who have used it to perpetrate their own nefarious deals on the rest of the people of the Southeast.
Unless there is acknowledgement by the person in question, I am denouncing this. You cannot sit where you sit holding that thought and position that is criminal, and then your uncle, your sister, your brothers are pleading with government to say bypass all protocol and forgive us.
GGM, uniting the people for good governance.
Good evening, viewers. This is BVI Channel 1. I am Absolute Peters, and we are live on GGM Hour. We are talking about the issue of restiveness in the Southeast. Talking about associated violence and, agitation by followers and those that call themselves agitators. Let me just use that word. But despite the fact the federal government have made it to be the picture of the Biafra agitation, that it is behind all of the violent activities and criminal activities happening in the Southeast. Well, that aside, before now, we all know that Nnamdi Kanu had been incarcerated for so long. And there had been like a back and forth with his case, and the federal government playing politics with his case. Many a times, the Southeast political leaders have appealed to the government, even at the time of Bwala and now Tinubu, to release Nnamdi Kanu and find political solution to the agitation, rather than incarcerating Nnamdi Kanu, especially when the court have said, let him go. Now, the senators from the Southeast extraction have made an appeal to Tinubu to find a solution outside the court for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Let's get to that first. And we'll now get on to the recent remark and response from Tinubu's, we'll call him spokesman. Let's get to that video first. I'll be right back.
What is your appeal to the president in respect of this very case?
The appeal is that this matter cannot be resolved legally, and if we continue with the legal wrangling, that it will continue to cause the insecurities, because the legitimate demands have been hijacked by criminals, undesirables, and all manners of elements who have used it to perpetrate their own nefarious deals on the rest of the people of the Southeast. Nobody in the Southeast likes what is going on. People cannot go out of their houses on Mondays. People are maimed and killed and all that. And some people are roaming around, killing even security men in the name of looking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu himself also confirmed to me last Monday that he never made any request of that nature, that anybody should go and kill people. In fact, he was very pained that the Southeast is suffering because of this. And he assured me that when the day is out is also the day that they will now know those who are legitimate agitators and those who are criminal elements.
Thank you very much.
GGM, uniting the people for good governance.
Now, after this appeal, among many others, Tinubu's spokesman, as we may call him, that's the special advisor on public policy communication, Bwala, said this in one of his interviews on News Central, and that is what is making rounds and raising dust. Let's get to that. I'll be right back.
In the southeast, some have said if you release this man, it would lead to peace, and those that have been committing criminality, hiding under IPOB, will be exposed. Is it not time we look at alternative dispute mechanisms to do? Is this something the president might consider? So everything in life begins with the person. Like, for example, are you a Christian? Yes. So there are people, they call them born again, right? Do you know how they became born again? They acknowledge their sins. They repented. They are forgiven. Their sins are forgiven, and then they become born again. Unless there is acknowledgement by the person in question, I am denouncing this. She talked about the de-radicalization. Then government can intervene. You cannot sit where you sit holding that thought and position that is criminal, and then your uncle, your sister, your brothers are pleading with government to say bypass all protocol and forgive. First of all, our judicial system, Nnamdi will have to have gone through the judicial process and be convicted before the president can exercise the order.
So, but there's still the presumption of innocence. He can't admit to what hasn't been officially said is a crime.
So if you don't admit, run through the process. You see, this radicalization we talked about, they were not yet charged to court. Some of them while in court. It's acknowledgement. If you don't want to acknowledge, what's the basis of saying I want to free him? Because some people say if you free him, we'll handle him.
So,
what I'm trying to say is, Nnamdi Kanu is not different from another average Nigerian. The press who emphasize on the right of the ordinary man, and when they ask government, they keep saying ordinary man, ordinary. You must talk about the real problem of ordinary people, rather than certain individuals that are the symbol of catchphrase and buzzwords. Somebody has to acknowledge his wrong and said, I want peace with government. I want to renounce what I'm saying. And then you can say, okay, there is evidence cogent to say that this person wants to live his own ways.
So, in essence, I think the summary of what we're saying is that there's going to, the government, the Nnamdi Kanu is going to be detained, and that the presidency will not at any point step into the arena.
The villa is not a police station. The president is not a prosecutor. Is the president tasked with responsibility to govern Nigeria. Law enforcement will carry out their work, and then people in government will carry out their work. I want to beg the Nigerian media to not choose certain individuals and treat them as more special than other individuals with the disproportionate application of principles. The ordinary man, when it comes to hunger, it is good for the optics to talk about them. When it comes to criminal justice system, you isolate certain individuals. It's just like, let's say, corrupt people. Maybe there's a corrupt politician has been in charge. There's some people who say, leave him. Meanwhile, the other people can be in detention. I made the point clear to you here. For de-radicalization to take place, there has to be acknowledgement and departure from your old ways.
GGM, uniting the people for good governance.
Yeah, you're welcome back again. We are still live on GGM Hour, and it's supposed to be an interactive section, but I just want to make this video or live section very briefly, okay, because we didn't start on time. Now, if you call, the numbers on the screen will take your call while I give my own opinion and position to all of this. While we expect yours, either on the comment section or you use the call line +2348104545533 to air your opinion. Okay, you can call direct call or you can call through WhatsApp. All right, and We are doing this on all our social media platforms, on our Facebook page, on our Instagram, and also on our backup YouTube channel, BVI Channel 1+. And I didn't say this. I decided to, make an emphatic statement about this position of Nnamdi Kanu's case and the response by Bwala. One, Bwala is a man I don't take seriously because he lacks integrity. Okay, that is my personal opinion about him. And I don't expect a man like him to have a balanced thought about the case of Nnamdi Kanu. When compared to what has been happening in his own state, Borno State, where we've seen carnage, bloodletting by his kids and teens who claim to be fighting for Islamic State, to Boko Haram and other violent insurgents. Dr. Bwala should know, if he doesn't know already, but I know he knows, that the right for an individual to agitate for Biafra is not a crime. And if you say that Nnamdi Kanu committed any crime, why play hide and seek? With this case, get on to it, present your findings of your investigation, your evidence before the court, and be faithful according to your law. Now, when you put this side by side with the terrorists, known terrorists, not classified terrorist organization, who came to fighting for Islamic State through Boko Haram and the rest of them, have been set free, litigated, even in the Nigerian security apparatus. And nobody is talking about conditions. Nobody is talking about the manner it will take before the person should be given amnesty. Amnesty has been offered to the Nigerian, amnesty has been offered to Boko Haram, but in a clear different case from that of the agitators. And you know why? The agitation for Biafra is right to self-determination of anyone to pursue. It is no crime. It is no crime at all. And anyone that is offering Biafra agitators any amnesty want to put a stamp on the long-age criminalization, demonization of the noble cause for Biafra self-determination. The agitation for self-determination through the due process of law is no criminal offense. And we all know, just like Abadi pointed out very clearly, that what I was saying in events and giving life to Nigeria, what is all about? Renounce Biafra, then they cannot talk about giving him amnesty or freedom. No, that's not the demand. People are demanding his justice. The court has said, let him go. If there is any reason why you should keep him, facilitate the court proceedings. He's not hiding away from being prosecuted or defending his case in court. But he said that due process must be followed. Because you cannot go to justice with a clean hand. If you want to go to equity, you must go to equity with a clean hand. You must go to justice with a clean hand. And that's his position. I'm very, very clear in his position when he was addressing the press from the video you just watched, that some people have actually hijacked the process of life self-determination, have hijacked the process of life self-determination by the Biafran people. And I've said many times, but very few people understand my position, that those who have hijacked it are agents of Nigerian state, who are doing everything possible and employing every means possible to criminalize Biafra agitation. But if that is not so, they knew the onset, the procedure through which the Biafra people are agitating for self-determination. Whatever thing that is happening in the name of Biafra, committing all manner of crime, especially against the Biafra people. That is the harvest of the world people are seeing. These guys who are committing this crime are committing this crime against the Biafran people in Biafra land, that is the southeast part of Nigeria. So when we say that these guys are not working or agitating for Biafra, we understand what we're saying. That is the position. Who is asking for amnesty for Biafra agitators? That person is only trying to lure the Biafran people to accept that Biafra agitation is a criminal offense. I am a Biafran, and I make people say it. And that is my indigenous identity. Nobody can take that away from me. I am a Nigerian by citizenship, as established by the British colonial powers, as it were. I am a Nigerian. Don't promise so, because Nigeria has never been working, not just for the Biafran people, but the entire people. All the indigenous people in Nigeria are subjugated in one way or the other, from the east to the north, from the north to the west. That's fact. Nigeria has never been working other than the colonial masters, the imperial powers, and the students in Nigeria who pose as political leaders. These are the only people Nigeria has been working for. And that is exactly why the agitation is playing from everywhere. And that of Biafra people's agitation is not different. Now, the government of Nigeria is doing everything possible to address the agitation, to address why the agitation, the suppression, the subjugation, the exploitation, the injustice. They are not addressing that. They are not going to address most of the agitation without addressing these issues. Don't forget that everything that led to the first Biafra Nigerian Civil War is now happening much worse than there. Don't check it. Don't check it. I'm not going to take that. That is my position as an opinion. Or why nobody did Bwala, seriously. What is that activity? Well, there's no him. So now the kind of person, you have a business as a thing, amnesty. Or the issue you have about business, you are starting now the kind of individual. If you know the kind of come out to say, renounce Biafra, please stop the Biafra agitation. Because the problem still lingers. The issues are not addressed. Why the agitation? And that is the position of people like us, our people, that if we must get equity and justice, we must go with a clean hand. That is, we promote due process of law. And that is the fundamental top 5 people waited me for it. But today they have realized the truth. So whether or not Nnamdi Kanu accepts to renounce Biafra, it is his own will. But it won't change anything. But at least it will enable the people who are going to play. It will enable people to see clearly. Beyond their knowledge, the people who are that Biafra status violently and committing of crimes against people are not to a status of Biafra. That is what Nnamdi Kanu's release would achieve. When they are expecting Nnamdi Kanu's release or to renounce Biafra to bring an end to the extension of tradition, you should take again. I'm telling you the honest truth. Okay? Some people say, why would you doing it? Don't you want Nnamdi Kanu to release? I am sure Nnamdi Kanu will take a different position. But I'm saying today, you ask him. And that is the fact. So I said I don't want this program to be too long. But I just want to make this emphatic statement for record purpose so that we can always share it and remind our people that you are not committing any crime. No matter the effort they are doing to criminalize Biafra, you are not committing any crime. For acknowledging yourself as a Biafran and also you have the right to agitate for self-determination. It is your right as enshrined, as established by the United Nations. And that is the position we've taken. And that doesn't mean that you are not Nigerian. Those of you must be deceiving themselves. You are not Nigerian, you are still a Nigerian citizen. Of course, Nnamdi Kanu have not denounced his Nigerian citizenship, and he still replied as a Nigerian, and not as a British person. So we understand the truth, because it is so much truth that will us free. But place us on the path, the right path for our freedom. And more essentially, we must understand that our freedom is more important than independence of Biafra. That is a very crucial issue we must point out. Our freedom is more important than our independence from Nigeria as a Biafra. Because if we get the so-called independence of Biafra from Nigeria without having freedom, like we are just like the people who sold cat by a dog, or who sold monkey by a dog. And that is the position we've taken. And that is the actual truth. So if you think otherwise, I will be published to make your opinion drop it in the comment section while we go through some of the things we've highlighted tonight, beginning with the position of Senator Balibe and other senators from the Southeast with respect to this matter. Then the response of Daniel Bwala. When I come back, we'll wrap it up. If there are messages or comments, I'll bring it up, and if there are calls, I'll take it. But when there is none, we'll continue the discussion on the comment section. Let's get to it. I'll be right back.
Now, if you call the numbers on the screen, take your profile. I keep my own. Just without the comment section, or you use the call line. Bye. Our Instagram, also on our except to like